Hello, welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. This is Richard, and for the moment we're in the front room, and I am going to talk about a book that I rented from the library. And I have talked about this book before because I have already made 2 recipes from this book, and it is called Dungeons and Dragons Heroes Feast, the official D&D cookbook. So I rented this one more time, and I'll probably do it again and again and again. I have looked for it online on some of the book sites that I go to that I can do free downloads of PDF files of books. This is not listed among them, so it doesn't look like I'm going to get a copy of it. But the library has it for now, so I'll just keep renting it from them. Now, I have done the Otix spiced potatoes, which is from Dragonlance, and I was completely... I'd been making those for years and years. I also did a Troll-Tide candied apple. I've done that one. And now we are going to do what's called a Tavern Stew. So here's the nice little picture, and here is the small description of it. And again, the cover of the book. Now I'm going to quickly just read through the description of it and the ingredients. It's very, very super simple. I have all the elements that I'm going to be using already cut up and ready to go into the kitchen. I didn't video that because who wants to sit here and, well, I'm sure there are people that want to sit there and watch me cut up food like that. Anyway, Tavern Stew. I'm going to need to get my glasses. Hold on one moment. Wonderful, aren't they? Reading glasses from the Dollar Tree. Tavern Stew. Okay, it says serves 6, which means it'll be about right for me. The list of ingredients: a half a cup of all-purpose flour, kosher salt and freshly ground black pepper, a half a pound of beef stew meat cut into 1-inch pieces, a tablespoon of vegetable oil plus more as needed, 1 cup of dark beer, which is something I had to go out and get because I don't drink alcohol and we just don't have alcohol in the house, so I had to actually go out and buy a beer. Funny story there, but maybe I'll tell you that. 4 cups of low sodium beef broth, which, yeah, I think I'm going to use some Dollar Tree beef bouillon broth powder that I have in there. It says a tablespoon of sweet paprika. I don't have any of that, so that ain't going to get used. A large yellow onion chopped. I don't think we have an onion in there, and I didn't buy an onion, so there's probably not going to be an onion. 2 carrots peeled, cut into 1/2-inch rounds. 3 Yukon Gold potatoes peeled and cut into 1-inch pieces, and a half a cup of chopped fresh parsley, which I don't have. All right, very, very simple. In a large bowl, combine the flour, the salt, and several grounds of pepper. Add the beef and toss to coat well. Warm the oil in a large, heavy pot over a medium heat. I'm going to use a cast iron skillet. Add 1/3 to half of the beef. Do not crowd, and cook for about 5 minutes. Turn to brown all sides evenly. Transfer the browned beef to a plate and repeat to brown the remaining beef, adding more oil if needed between batches. So basically just cook the beef. Pour the beer into the pot, and use a wooden spoon to scrape up any brown bits. So basically you're going to use the beer to make a really nice kind of a stewy base. Return the browned beef to the pot and add the broth and paprika. We don't have paprika, but I will add some beef bouillon powder that I have. Adjust the heat to low, cover, and cook and simmer until the meat is very tender. It says about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Add the onions, carrots, potatoes to the pot. Continue to simmer until the vegetables are tender. It says about 1/2 hour. Stir in the parsley and season with salt and pepper. Serve hot. There we go. Okay, so we are now in the kitchen. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to put some oil into the skillet. We're going to turn that on. I am going to cook up this chunked up meat, beef here. I'm going to cook that up. Once I get it cooked up, I am going to add a can of this beer. I didn't know what to get because I don't drink. So I asked the lady at the store that I needed a dark beer, and this is what she told me to get. So I got a can of beer. Pretty cool. I might turn this into a fishing lure. Anyway, got to turn the pan on. Get that going. That may bug you, but sorry, it's got to be on. So we're going to fry up the meat. We will add the beer. Then I will put in some of this bouillon, beef bouillon that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's really good stuff. It's powder. They have chicken, they have vegetable, and they have beef. I go through the chicken and the vegetable like it was nothing. The beef, I don't go through as much because I'm not really a huge beef eater. But once all that gets cooked, after the beer gets in there, after I put in the powder in there, then I have some little bit of celery, some potatoes, and some carrots. That's all we had, so that's what I've got. I'm going to put that in there, and I'll probably put that in a different pot. I think I'll put it in more of a stew pot. Let's see what we got here. Somewhere. I don't know. I'll find a stew pot. We'll put it in a stew pot after I fry it up, and we'll let it stew for a while, and we'll get back with you. But I'm going to show you all this in the process, so let's get started. Okay, I did find a stew pot, so it's going to go in here after it gets all cooked up to stew. So I'm going to let that warm up a little bit more. Well, we'll go ahead and put the meat in there. So we're just going to toss the meat into the pan. Okay, so I can't really angle this camera because I'm using my camera, and my camera tripod and everything is broke. So you're just going to have to trust me here. I'm going to show you in a very horrible handheld mood here. Okay, so it's going to be handheld. Alright, so I'm going to season the beef a little bit with just some of my random seasonings to my taste. And there we go. Just put a little seasoning in there. Got that taken care of. It's cooked to just add the beer. Ooh, that is dark. There's one can of dark beer. Now I'm just going to transfer this into here, but I wanted to scrape up some of that stuff from the bottom before I did that to make sure I get all the nice goodies in there. So again, there we are. I didn't show you that. I just dumped it in there. I didn't show it to you because it's difficult to do all that at once. apparently I wasn't recording. So I'm not sure how much of that I wasn't recording. I just poured in some of the powder, the beef powder, and just stirred it around a little bit. Hopefully that was there, but apparently I didn't record that. So just going to stir this up, and then I'm going to throw all these veggies into the pot here. Okay, so I'm not adding the vegetables quite yet. It says to let it simmer for about an hour and a half. So we're going to let it simmer for at least a half hour, and then we add the veggies. So I'll get right back with you. For me, it'll be anywhere between a half hour to an hour or so. But for you, it'll be... So we have it down to like 2.5. Very, very simmery. Ooh, look at that. How wonderful was that? There we go. It's just going to sit there and simmer for at least a half hour. It's 6:41 right now, so off we go. So it's been several minutes, and I just realized I didn't coat the meat with flour, which isn't going to be a big deal, but just to let you know, it wasn't because I passed that on purpose. I just forgot to do it. So anyway, like that's going to change the meal anyways. Alrighty, so simmer, simmer, simmer. And then it's time for the veggies. So it says to continue to simmer for about 30 minutes. So we will do that. It does look really good though. Look at that. Alrighty, so it is a half hour later. And the stew is ready. I'm going to taste a carrot. Ooh. I'm going to taste a potato. I say that's done. Okay, so while Michelle is finishing up, putting up a few things, I've got this out here, and I'm going to go ahead and taste a potato, or a carrot, potato, and piece of meat all together. Get a little bit of the soup in there. There we go. Very earthy. Definitely has an earthy taste to it. I like it. Now, I'm not a huge beef eater, and I'm definitely not a huge beef stew eater, but I like it. I like it. So we will check out Michelle's idea about it. Oh, she's ready. And there we go.
Trying to get a little bit of everything in there. Please forgive the look. I have not been well today.
You're gorgeous.
You're a liar, but thank you. Hot.
Yes, it's hot.
I like it. I don't think it's that earthy. Earthy is beefy.
Okay, maybe that's part.
And you're just not a beefy guy.
I'm just not a beefy guy, yeah.
It is very salty though. Did you add salt?
I did not.
I'm gonna think that's from that dark beer.
I'd say it might have been because I didn't add any.
It is.
I'm thinking, I don't think I put any salt whatsoever in there.
It's a little salty for me.
Okay. I don't think I put any salt whatsoever in there.
The flavor is good, it's just salty.